Have you ever caught yourself stuck in a bad attitude? Maybe anger, pride, or even just complaining too much? Jesus didn't just come to forgive us, he also came to transform us. In the Gospels, Jesus shows us not just what to believe, but how to live. Today, we Lions look at 8 powerful ways Jesus calls us to change our attitude, because real change always starts from the inside. 1. From pride to humility. Jesus said in Matthew 23:12, "For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." Jesus constantly flipped the world's values upside down. He didn't praise the powerful or boastful, he lifted up the humble. He washed his disciples' feet. He taught that greatness in God's kingdom isn't about being above others, it's about being willing to serve. Changing our attitude starts with recognizing we're not better than anyone else. True humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. 2. From anger to reconciliation. In Matthew 5:22-24, Jesus warns, "If you are angry with a brother or sister, you will be subject to judgment. First, go and be reconciled to them." Jesus didn't just say, "Don't kill." He said, "Don't even hold on to anger. Don't let it simmer. Don't let it rot your heart. Deal with it. Forgive. Make peace." Changing our attitude means we choose reconciliation over resentment. We let go of the grudge, even if we were wronged. Why? Because Jesus forgave us when we didn't deserve it. 3. From worrying to trust. In Matthew 6:25, Jesus said, "Do not worry about your life. Look at the birds of the air. Your heavenly Father feeds them." Jesus doesn't say life will be easy. He says we're not alone. When worrying creeps in about finances, family, or the future, he invites us to rest in God's care. Worrying changes nothing. Trust changes everything. Changing our attitude means replacing panic with prayer. It means saying, "God, I don't have to know everything. I just need to know you're with me." 4. From judgment to compassion. In Matthew 7:1, Jesus said, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged." It's easy to criticize others, especially when we feel insecure. But Jesus calls us to look inward first. He warns about seeing the speck in someone else's eye while ignoring the log in our own. Changing our attitude means we stop pointing fingers and start offering grace. We remember we all fall short and we all need mercy. 5. From selfishness to generosity. In Luke 6:38, Jesus said, "Give, and it will be given to you. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." Jesus taught that real joy isn't found in taking, it's in giving. He didn't just preach generosity, he lived it. He gave his time, his attention, his love, and ultimately his life. Changing our attitude means we look for ways to bless others. Not because we have to, but because it's who Jesus is and we want to be like him. 6. From retaliation to love. In Matthew 5:39, Jesus said, "If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also." This is one of the hardest teachings. When someone hurts us, everything inside us wants to strike back. But Jesus says don't retaliate, respond with love. Don't match their hate, overcome it with grace. Changing our attitude means letting go of the need to win every argument or get back at those who hurt us. It means choosing love, even when it's hard. 7. From seeking approval to pleasing God. In Matthew 6:1, Jesus warned, "Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them." Jesus saw right through our need to impress. He knew how much we crave likes, praise, and applause. But he said, the only opinion that matters is God's. Changing our attitude means we stop living for the crowd and start living for the King. It means praying in secret, giving quietly, and doing right even when no one's watching. 8. From fear to bold faith. In Matthew 14, when Peter walked on water, he sank the moment he looked at the waves instead of Jesus. But Jesus caught him and said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" We all have moments of fear when we step into the unknown and start sinking. But Jesus says, "Look at me." Faith isn't pretending the storm isn't real. It's choosing to believe that Jesus is bigger than the storm. Changing our attitude means facing life with courage, not because we're strong, but because He is with us. So, what attitude do you need to lay down today? Is it pride, anger, fear, worrying? And what attitude do you need to pick up? Jesus doesn't expect us to be perfect, but He does call us to change, to grow, to become more like Him, and He walks with us every step of the way. If you want a new life, it starts with a new attitude. And if you want a new attitude, look to Jesus. Let this be your prayer today. Jesus, change my heart, change my mind, make me more like You.